Hello everyone, welcome back to X-Plane 11. My name is jfavignano, and today we're going to do the very first edition of flight school. A lot of you guys said, hey, I'd like to see you do flight school. You know, this is going to be aimed towards new pilots, learning about not only aviation and flying, but also about X-Plane 11, and maybe they can further their virtual flight careers in X-Plane 11. So let's hit flight school here. And here we go. We're going to start with X-Plane basics, and then we're going to work our way down. I'm going to do these in shorter episodes, so, you know, you can reference them really quick if you're brand new at it. We'll do X-Plane basics, takeoff, and all that. So you have general aviation, then we move into navigation. We can do helicopters later on, and here you can do flying an ILS, approaching an airliner, and landing an airliner. So we're going to try to pass all of these. I must say that right off the bat, I do not have anything beyond a single engine license to fly small little single engine airplanes like this in the real world. So I will tell you a little bit of, you know, things that I have learned from flying these type of airplanes, you know, outside of what they tell you in the game as well. So let's go ahead and start with X-Plane basics. We'll ignore our uncalibrated devices because we don't need any of that. And it will start rendering the world and will be flying soon. Okay, everyone, welcome to X-Plane 11, and it says right there, this is a quick tour to show you around. We'll hit continue, and you can dismiss this message by pressing the enter key or clicking continue. So we're going to hit enter to jump through that. Let's talk about how to control the airplane. Move your joystick left or right to turn the plane that direction. We can hit practice, and airplane goes left when we go left. Airplane goes right when we go right. And if I click this, we should be able to see. No, they have it turned off. Okay, they have the yoke turned off. Keep practicing your turns as long as you'd like. Well, I know how to control the ailerons, and if you're new to what that is, so to make the airplane turn left and right, you'll see out here on the wing, we have these guys right here. They're called ailerons on the edge there. And when we go left, they go up to drop the lift off that wing, and then we add lift by pressing down, and the opposite happens for this side. I don't know if you can see it very well in there, probably not, but there it is over there. Those are your ailerons, if you're wondering. All right, keep practicing your turns as long as you like. We don't need to do that. We'll continue. Now let's practice using the joystick to control the airplane's pitch. Now the pitch is the elevator on the tail here. You'll see right back there. There's the elevator out there. When we go up, we want to pitch the airplane back. We can do so by pulling, you'll see these little tabs back here start to rise. So let's hit enter and pull the joystick back to raise the nose. So you'll see right here, raise the nose. It's just a small little movement, not very much. And then pushing forward on them down will make the airplane pitch down, if that makes any sense, hopefully. But yep, that's how we raise the nose, and this is how we lower the nose. Well done. Practice bringing the nose up and down so you're ready to continue. I'm ready to continue. I'll fly the plane for a moment while we learn a few other controls. The throttle controls your engine power, just like the gas pedal in a car. The slider on your joystick is the throttle. That's what I have mine set to. Okay, they don't want me to mess with the camera. I won't. You can use the keyboard to control the throttle by F2 key to increase the throttle. F1 will decrease it if you're using a keyboard. Increase the throttle all the way to go full power. Well, you can go full power with this. Is your airspeed indicator. You can see your speed rising since you added power. Decrease the throttle all the way down to idle and watch the plane slow down again. That is correct. That's your IAS, the airspeed, and that's in knots, not miles per hour or anything. Good, I'll set the throttle to 50%, keep the airplane going. Okay, commands on the keyboard can change your view. Shift forward to circle view. Yep, shift forward, your outside view here. And we can move around the airplane with the keys, the arrow keys on your keyboard. And you can hear that FMOD, the FMOD sound engine in X-Plane 11 at work here. Sounds really good. And up and down on the arrow keys as well will move it around. So it's pretty awesome. You can use the period and the comma keys. This is how you change your views, as you can see there. So I'm using the comma key to zoom out and the period key to zoom in. Back to the cockpit by hitting Shift 9. All right, we're back in the cockpit. Zooming can be especially useful in the cockpit to get a good look at your instruments. That is true. As you can see here, use the scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom, or you can use the period key. You can use the period key, you know, like we did it before, in and out. But the mouse wheel will have a nice zoom to it. So you can be like, hey, we're currently doing 90 knots. I can see that. I can see what our pitch is right now. Our altitude at 5,700 feet right now and climbing. Finally, if you need help, okay, that's all you need to know to get started. Why not visit flight school to check out some more tutorials or customize your own in-flight configuration. We'll hit OK there. Mission was complete. We don't need to practice. I've got plenty of practice under my belt, but we will continue on with the first lesson of the day. Let's walk through your first takeoff in the Cessna 172 SP. In a moment, I'll ask you to disengage the parking brake and add full power for takeoff. Since the Cessna 172 is a single-engine propeller aircraft, you will feel the aircraft veer to the left when you're at a higher power setting. That is true. That is true. Use right rudder to keep the airplane in the center of the runway, either by twisting your joystick or using rudder pedals, if you have them. And I do, and I'm using right rudder right there. You can see right here, the airplane wants to constantly turn to the left, and we can use that right rudder to get us right back here on the lines. So we'll hit next. Once we reach 55 knots, you'll gently raise the nose of the airplane to get it off the ground. That is true. The 55 knots is going to be right here. You see, we've got 40, 50, 55 is that mark right there, and then 60. So the airplane's rotation speed's right there at 55. We'll hit next. Let's get started. Okay. Okay, whenever you're ready, add full power. Adding full power in now. And there's that nose one to go left. We'll watch for 55 knots. Yes, we will. I'm using my rudder pedals. It's 50, 55. Just ease her back on up, and she's in the air. And I'll let go of that. Maintain 74 knots while climbing. Well, we always pitch for 80, but we'll do 74 if that's really what they want. Let's bring that nose up on the horizon. In flight school, we'd always be like, hey, get that nose up on the horizon, you know? We're at 74 knots, so let's go for that. This is your altimeter. Read it like a clock. The small hand is thousands of feet. The big hand is hundreds of feet. Okay, continue climbing until you reach 1,500 feet. All right, we'll do that. We're going to aim for 74 knots, so almost to 75 here. A little bit higher. I'm going to use my pitch trim to get us up there. We're going to climb to 1,500 feet, 1,500. So right now we're crossing through 600 feet, as you can see. 1,700 feet, and so on and so forth. Looking good right now on the 74 knots. There's 750 feet. You're halfway to 1,500, so keep climbing. Yes. You got it. We're doing that ever so slightly. And I'm using my pitch trim, meaning that I've got a little tab on the left of my yoke that I'm using to keep it. And what you're seeing here is this guy. I'm moving that up and down. That's my pitch trim. What that is a little tab back on that elevator that keeps it in place, so you don't have to fight it up and down, you know, a nose down, nose up tendency. As we get closer to 1,500 feet, we'll start lowering the nose at about 1,400 feet, and we'll roll off right at about 1,500 feet. And this is your vertical speed indicator. Okay, they're going to talk about it now. This is your vertical speed indicator, a VSI. The needle points up when you're climbing and down when you're descending. Keep that in mind. Since you want to level off here at 1,500 feet, you want to try to keep the VSI needle at 0. That is true. Keep in mind, in the real airplane and in this alone, the vertical speed indicator will be on a lag. It's not 100% accurate, so never use that if you're in clouds. Level off to maintain 1,500 feet. That's what we're going to do. Coming up on 1,500 right there. And we have that 0 about right there. I'm going to use my pitch trim to help us maintain that 1,500. Come on back down, little buddy. And the airplane starts to speed up. You can actually hear the sound of it too. Nicely flown. Woohoo! Report card. Got a 92% on the takeoff performance. Okay. Airspeed was 81%. Takeoff distance 96%. Max centerline deviation was at 100%. That's not bad at all. Climb performance 78. Mean airspeed. That's why they deducted, was because of that. So 85%. I'll take it. And the training for the day. Well, guys, that's going to do it for the very first flight school video. I figured I would make these in smaller segments so that you can follow along and maybe learn a thing or two that X-Plane's throwing at you. So with that said, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.